Good day, here are today's top stories from the Pna Headlines. The campaign period for the 2025 midterm election started today as national candidates launched their respective campaign events. 66 senatorial candidates and 156 party list groups will hold their rallies and motorcades for 90 days starting today to May 10, 2025. Meanwhile, the campaign period for candidates for the House of Representatives and other local positions will run for 45 days from March 28 until May 10. Candidates are not allowed to campaign on April 17 and 18, Monday, Thursday, and Good Friday, the eve of Election Day on May 11, and on Election Day itself, May 12. The Commission on Elections also launched today its Oplan Baklas, where illegal campaign materials will be removed. COMELEC Chair George Erwin Garcia reminded national candidates that stricter measures will be imposed against campaign paraphernalia that do not comply with size limitations or are installed in unauthorized public spaces like trees or electric posts. Violators should remove illegal posts within 3 days or face criminal complaints, election offense, and disqualification. Meanwhile, candidates may also get 60 minutes of airtime for broadcast ads as well as 90-minute radio ads. Commercial rice prices are likely to drop to 49 pesos per kilo by March 1 amid efforts to lower price of the staple. In a palace press briefing, Agriculture Secretary Francisco Tiu Laurel announced that new stocks of rice are expected to arrive from Vietnam, Myanmar, or Cambodia. He said the cheaper prices of the imported rice would lower the manufacturer's suggested retail price to 49 pesos from the current 55 pesos. Laurel stressed that the Department of Agriculture had called on rice importers, traders, and retailers to reduce rice prices to more reasonable levels. He noted that traders and retailers are responding to the government's call to reduce their profits and align rice prices with those in the world market. In June of last year, President Ferdinand R. Marcos Jr. issued EO 62, which modified tariff rates on various products to ensure a continuous supply of affordable goods. Laurel said the rice tariff would be adjusted once prices in the market reach between 42 and 45 pesos per kilo. The Office of Civil Defense has placed the provinces of Basilan and Palawan on high alert as China launches its rocket on Tuesday. The Long March 8A rocket was scheduled to launch from the Wenchang spacecraft launch site in Hainan, China between 9:22 and 10:16 in the morning. The OCD said debris from the rocket are seen to land approximately 85 nautical miles from Rosul Reef, 40 nautical miles from Puerto Princesa, Palawan, and 33 nautical miles from Haji Motamad, Basilan. The OCD urged the Philippine Coast Guard, Bureau of Fisheries and Aquatic Resources, Department of Interior and Local Government, and the Department of Environment and Natural Resources to implement temporary restrictions and issue notices to mariners, including coastal navigational warnings in the identified drop zones. Meanwhile, the Philippine Space Agency advised the public to report any sighting of the debris and not to approach or touch them as they may have toxic substances. The Philippine National Police urges the public to beware of text scams targeting relatives of hospitalized patients. PNP spokesperson Brigadier General Jean Fajardo said the modus operandi starts with the scammers contacting their targets via text messaging and introducing themselves as hospital staff. The scammers will update the relatives about their hospital bill and ask them to settle a certain amount through bank transfer or e-wallet. Once the amount is paid, the victims would lose all contact with the supposed hospital staff. Fajardo said the PNP Anti-Cybercrime Group has recorded at least 19 cases related to the scam. She said the PNP ACG is investigating whether the scammers may have accomplices in the hospital. Fajardo advised the public to always settle their accounts directly to the hospital billing department to avoid being scammed. Moving now to our business news, at least 176 projects as of February 10 are being prepared for undertaking between the government and the private sector. According to the Public-Private Partnership Center, the number increased from the previously listed 172 projects in December 4, 2024, while the updated cost went down to 2.47 trillion pesos from 2.55 trillion. 112 of these projects will be implemented at the national level, while the remaining 64 will be under local government units. Among the projects are the Manila Central Post Office, Manolo Fortich Septage and Sewage Treatment Facility, the proposed preservation of the historical Old Del Monte Airstrip, Economic Housing Subdivision RQ Village, Baguio Water Supply Project, Philippines Digital National Identity, Pangasinan Pambansang Pabahay para sa Pilipino Program, and the Baguio 4PH Program. Meanwhile, Cambodian Prime Minister Samdech Moha Borvor Tipaday Hun Manet foresees the need to strengthen trade and investment ties between Cambodia and the Philippines to unlock their full economic potential. At the Philippines-Cambodia Business Forum in Makati City on Monday, the Prime Minister urged businesses to explore further partnerships, particularly in sectors of rice, tourism, air connectivity, skills development, and infrastructure. Hun Manet was in the Philippines on Monday and Tuesday for his first official visit. During his visit, the Prime Minister witnessed signing of two Memorandum of Understanding between the Philippine Chamber of Commerce and Industry and the Cambodia Chamber of Commerce, as well as Asia-Europe University and the World City Colleges. And that's the latest and the biggest stories on the PNA Headlines. For more news updates, visit our website pna.gov.ph or our Facebook and Dex account, Philippine News Agency. The PNA Headlines is also streamed via the Servicio Facebook page. You may also watch the PNA Headlines through the Philippine News Agency's YouTube account and via the News and Information Bureau website under PNA News. I'm Marita Muahed. This is the PNA Headlines, bringing stories that unite the nation.